ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं भरते कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। I thought of saying pranipataye. Pratipattaye. Pranipatihi pranipati is namaskara. Yenaksharasamaamnayam adhigamya maheshwarat krishnam vyakaranam proktam tasmai paninaye namaha. Vakyakaram vararuchim bhashyakaram patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastama Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I hope you remember the topic and the related all the rules. Kritya Pratyaya and Kritya Pratyaya Sambandhini Karyani. Without the Sutram, with Sutram later it would be very easy. Once you know this, then with Sutram be a easy thing. Just mapping to the Sutram. So we have learned without Sutram many things. Okay. So now let us see further the Angakarya is happening due to Tabya, which is an Adadhatuka Pratyaya, Valadi Adadhatuka Pratyaya. Provided Dhatu is said, Itagama will come from the Dhatu. And for some Dhatus which are replaced by other forms, they are Atideshika Dhatus. They're not Atideshika. They get replaced by forms, not Atideshika. That form of the dhatu replaced by another form. Okay. So it gets replaced by other form, not Atideshika. Atideshika meaning is different. Atideshika dhatus are those dhatus which are derived dhatus, Aupadeshika and Atideshika. So Bru is replaced by Vach, and when it replaced by Vach acts like a dhatu. Dhatutvam. This is called Sthanivat Bhavaha. It's an important topic. Sthanivat Bhavaha Anal Vidau. There is a sutra. A dhatu or a pratyaya or anything. Even the pratyaya also we know. What is the example for pratyaya? Twa pratyaya. Twa is as a property of kakara is italator, right? Therefore kit pratyaya replaced by lyap. So this also will enjoy the property of twa. Twantam is avyayam, therefore lebantam also avyayam. And this is a pith, and because it replaces twa, therefore it is kit. So it enjoys the property of being a kit as well as pith, and this is a krit pratyaya. Because twa is krit pratyaya, therefore lyapa also krit pratyaya. Twa is kit, therefore this is also kit. And of course, here we have property pith also. And these two properties, in fact, Krit and Pith property are useful in ordaining Tuk Agama for a Rasvanta. Remember, Tuk Agama comes. Example, Pra plus Cha, not Pra plus Cha. In fact, Chi plus Ta. Chi plus Twa Pratyaya. Suppose if you have Ava plus Chi plus Twa, then Upasarga is there, then Twa will be replaced by Lyap. And this enjoy is Kitvam. This is a Krit Pratyaya. And also a Kit and Pit also. Therefore, Kriti Piti. When the Krit Pratyaya, which is a Pit Pratyaya, follows the Rasva, this will get to Kagama. And content is, therefore Avachitya. So again, we come back to Chi Dhatu. Chi is collecting. Avachitya. What is the meaning of Avachitya? Chi, to collect, to accumulate. And Avachitya is?
No.
Sorry?
To know?
Not to know, Avachita. Avachita means that Ava is not negative. Avachita is Chita, on same meaning only. Chi, Chita, Avachita, same meaning. Gathered, that which is collected. Pariksha Lokan Brahmanaha Nirvedam. That mantra is a Pariksha Lokan. That Karmachitan Brahmanaha. Karmachitan. Karma Chinoti iti Karmachitan. Karmachita is the Pratipadikam. Karmani Chitaha. Yena. That person is Karmachitaha. Karmachitan Brahmanaha. Parikshalokan Karmachitan Brahmanaha. Chidatu. Karma which is collected, gathered, accumulated. Therefore, Karmachita. Anyway, that is different. I'm just saying. Therefore, Chita is collected, Avachitya also. That, and having collected, that's the meaning. Avachitya. So, Karmani Avachitya. Having collected Karma. Karmani Avachitya. Okay, this Avachitya, same meaning. So this is example. It's called Stanivat Bhava. Okay, that is a point here. Okay, Stanivat Bhava. So Pratyaya, which is enjoying the status of being a Krit and enjoying all the, the properties. Similarly, here also Brudhatu. Brudhatu is Parasmipadi or Atmanipadi. It is Ubhayapadi. Therefore, which replaces. That also will be Ubhayapadi only. So here it is Aniya. We are deriving a Nama, Pratipadika. Therefore, there is no question of Ubhayapadi and all. But in the case of Ardha what will happen? That is in the case of the Lakaras. Ardha Lakara. Right? In the case of Ardha Lakara, what are the Ardha Lakaras? Other than Lat, Lung, Lot, Ling are Ardha Lakara. So, Lut Lakara, for example, you will have this both the forms. Because Bru is Ubhayapadi, Vacha also is Ubhayapadi. For example, I'm checking Lutlaka, which is simple. Vach plus the Lutlakara Pratama Purusha will be like the Shabda, like what Shabda? Like Kartru. So only Vach will become decline like Vaktru, Vakta, Vaktaro, Vaktaraha. This is Pratama Purusha form Parasmai Rupam. Atmanepada Rupam also same. Only in other Purusha Vachanam it forms changes. So what I'm saying is this Vachadatu also, now Vachisadatu is Ubhayapadi because Bru is Ubhayapadi. But there is Dhatu, Vachdatu itself is there. There is Dhatu, Vachdatu, Vach to speak, which belongs to second conjugation. Vachdatu. Where it is Parasmapari. Then there it will be Bhakti. The form is like that. Bhakti, Bhaktaha, Vachanti. This is simple in fact. Dhatu is Vach Dhatu plus Tip Pratyaya. Gana Karana comes and goes away. Then Vach, Kuttam will apply. Therefore Bhakti. Similarly here, Vach plus Pratyaya is Titaha. Same thing, Kuttam happens Bhaktaha. And here we have Vach plus Anti, Vachanti. So Vach as a Dhatu of second conjugation, it is Parasmapadi only. Bhakti, Bhaktaha, Vachanti. Whereas this Vach is replaces Bru, which is Ubhayapadi, therefore it enjoys the status of being the Dhatu, number one. Number two, it is Ubhayapadi, all other properties. In fact, Dhatu here it is Brung, it is Brung Dhatu. It is Nekara. Nekara is the interletter, therefore Dhatu is Ubhayapadi. Therefore Vacha also Ubhayapadi. Whereas another Dhatu Vacha itself is there in second conjugation, which is Parasmapadi only. Okay, this is called Stanivat Bhavaha. Understand? This Stanivat Bhavaha is, we have seen in the context of 10th conjugation. I think 10th conjugation when we saw, that time we saw. There is a Dhatu, Katha Dhatu. 10th conjugation. So what is the Rupam? Latlakara Rupam.
Kathayate.
How do you get Kathayati? Anyone?
Ninj we have.
Not ninja, Nich.
Nich, sorry. Yeah.
Nich is a pratyaya. First add Nich pratyaya. Swarte Nich added in the very sense of the Dhatu. We are not doing Praranartha, just a Swarte. In fact, 10th conjugation we cannot find whether it is Praranartha or Swarte depending on the context. But therefore we have to say Swarte. Other conjugation we have to say Praranartha only because Nich when you add, it is in only the sense of causative for the other dhatus of the other conjugations. Whereas 10th conjugation, it could be Swarte or Praranartha, then we have to say what? Then Kata plus Nich. This is a dhatu, Adanta dhatu. I taught you how to refer to the dhatu pata and all, right? Remember?
Yes.
Dhatu pata, I'll just take the dhatu pata. In the 10th conjugation, you will see a subgroup, which is Adanta, where you will see dhatus ending with akara are given. Adantaha, I think. You can see the 10th conjugation, dhatu pata, Shuradhikana, there, Adantaha, one list must be there. Do you see Adantaha 242 up to 332? So it means more than 60 and 30, 90 dhatus almost, right? 90 or 85 dhatus will be there. Katha, that is dhatu. Vakya prabandhe, to tell a sentence. Katha. Vara, ipsayam, gana, sankhyane, shata, shvata, all these are dhatus. How many vowels are there in the dhatu? Huh? How many vowels?
Anekach dhatu.
Sorry?
In this katha. 10th
How many?
is Anekach dhatu.
Anekach dhatu it is. After adding Nich, generally it will become Anekach. But Adantaha, when we say that A is, the dhatu ending with A is not itha. Both are
Vowels.
Anunasika or Ananunasika. Tell me. Both are Ananunasika, non-nasalized. If it is Anunasika, then it becomes itha, right? It is not. Here both are Ananunasika only. Means there is no itha, packing letter. Not that. Katha. So dhatu ending with akara. When nich pratyaya is added, there's a rule. When another dhatuka pratyaya follows the adantanga, that a will become lopaha. It's a rule. So when a will becomes lopaha, then we have nich. This is nich being another dhatuka pratyaya, akara becomes lopaha. Then what is the next step? Tell me.
Adi Vriddhi, but here it won't happen.
Adi Vriddhi, there is no such thing. Adi Vriddhi. Huh?
Sorry. Not, I'm getting confused.
Adi Vriddhi in the
Upada
context of Upada Vriddhi. Tadita only Adi Vriddhi. Upada is Akara. So Akara should become Dirga, Kat. No. It cannot be done.
It will not become Dirgha.
It will not become Dirga. Why? This is a special rule is there. So when because of the following, when change happens in the Purva, Parasmin Paraha Pratyaya Vartate. Some Karya happens in the Purva. Then because of this, what had happened before, right? That will be considered to be present. So Akara, which has become Lopaha because of this. And again, the niche will, when it about to cause the Karya preceding that is before that, then what has applied to that that Lopa is the Adesha in the place of Ach, that Lopa Desha, that Akara, Stanivat Bhavati, as though it is there, it will, as though it is there. So therefore, that's called Stanivat Bhava. That Stanivatvam prevents nich causing Upada Dirgatvam. As though when tries to do, then he say, no, I am there, I is there. Therefore, it cannot happen. Then what is the way? You cannot do it. Just add and Kata plus T, only Kati. Therefore, only you get Kati. After that, to add Shab and Tip, you get the form Kati, Kate, Kataya, Katayati. Right? This is called Stanivat Bhava. This is another special case. Achaf Parasmin Purva Vido. That is a Sutra. Parivasha Sutra. So it's called Stanivat Bhava. This is a special case where the Karya happens due to the following pratyaya, then Lopa Desha will be Stanivat. 10th conjugation for Adantanga, this Stanivat Bhavam is then applied. That Akara which has gone seems to be present there, preventing further Karya happening, preceding letters, whatever it is. The Akara which is there at the end. So, in the absence of which the Upada which is preceding can undergo Karya, that is prevented. Okay, anyway, this is Stanivato. So 10th conjugation, I must have told this. So Kata become Kati, Gana become Gani. So all the dhatus, by that becomes fine. Just to note, understand this, that much is enough. So all these things we have done, Dhru, etc. Then this, I think this is what we saw in the last class. Vagdhatu becomes Odavya, Sagdhatu becomes Sodavya, special case. That Hodaha, that is Dakara followed by Dakara. Dakara becomes Lopaha, the preceding An becomes Dirgaha, that is a rule we know. Preceding An letter, which is A, E, U, becomes Dirgaha. We have seen in the context of some Subantas and all we have seen. You remember, I just write one example for you to remember. I taught you Lik Shabda. In fact, Madhulik Shabda.
Lady.
Madhulik plus Madhum lady iti Madhulik. When you decline this, lik dhatu itself you take. Lik plus second conjugation. Lik plus T, Tip Pratyaya. Shab comes, Shab becomes look goes away. Therefore, lik plus t only. Now, lik plus t, akara followed by jal. This is not at the end of the padam, but followed by jal. Therefore, this will become takara. Then this is a jash anta followed by takara. This become the. Then shtuttam happens. Then dakara followed by dakara. This dakara will become lopaha, and the preceding the letter which is unletter, unmeaning a e u. Don't take the a e one like a one ayo chayavarat. No, not that one. Okay. A e u. A e u only. Preceding un become dirgha. For li, e is the. What is the. Okay, in this case, of course, sorry. In this case, the li will become angakarya happens. Lady. Okay, in this case, because of the pratyaya, li become le. Dakara become lopaha, and preceding here it is not unletter, therefore dirgham will not apply, therefore lady you get. Whereas in other case, lik dhatu, for example, lik dhatu plus ta pratyaya, that would be proper. Ta pratyaya. So ta means ta. So same thing. Yeah, angakarya doesn't happen. That's why I took this. Ta should have taken ta pratyaya. By mistake, I took that. So this will undergo. First is this hodaha, dattum happens. Then dattum happens. Dakara, then shtutvam. Then the dakara followed by dakara. This dakara will become lopaha, and preceding an is
lead.
because it is e, ayu. E becomes dirgha. Therefore, final form you get leda. Right? Sorry, leader. Leader, not leda. Because it is nishta pratyaya, angakarya cannot happen. Or stip pratyaya causes angakarya. So leda, leader, lady. What is lady? Not English lady, L-A-D-Y. Lady means what? What is the meaning of lady? Licks, yes, licks. Saha likatiya, sa likat. Licks, whatever it is. Madhum, or Madhu, lady. Madhu, Danibi. Madhum, lady. Not lady. Raswa. Okay, that's a mistake, sorry. That is Raswa. So this is a leader, that which is linked, ta pratyaya. So what I'm saying is, we have seen in this context, upada, that is upada, that is the letter which is un gets dirgha desha. Whereas for the vagdhatu and sagdhatu, that akara which is there, vag and sag, that is replaced by o, otvam it is called. You can refer to this rule by otvam. Okay. For the vag and sag. So therefore, odavya. And drish plus tavya, this also, I taught you, this amagama will come, drashtavya, drish as well as srijadhatu. When followed by jaladi pratyaya, right, and akit pratyaya, then drish dhatu and srijadhatu will take amagama. Therefore, tavya pratyaya, drish pratyaya, for all this pratyaya, you can see amagama will come. This will not apply for tva or ta or tavatu because it is a kit pratyaya. Jaladi akit pratyaya pare, important. When followed by jaladi pratyaya and should be akit. Okay, then it will get. Aniya, it is not jaladi. Therefore, this will not apply. Therefore, angakarya only will happen. Darshaniya. Srij, sarjaniya. Up to that we saw, right? Now from here, all these are angakarya related to Srij, tavya, aniya, etc. That is adadatuka pratyas, which are not kit, already kit, which are, of course, all are not. This kritya pratyas, there is no kit pratyaya, only excepting one. Kyapu alone is kit. All the other pratyas are akit only, therefore angakarya happens. Among these 7 kritya pratyas. Okay, now. So therefore, some angakaryas are given, some are general, some are very specific to the kritya pratyas. Now the next one is Upadeshe. Upadesha means in the Upadesha. What is the definition of Upadesha? It's a shloka, I think I taught you. What is the definition? Pratyaya Shiva Sutrani Adesha Agamastata Dhatu Pato Ganapataha Upadesha Prakirtita. Right? They are called Upadesha. Right?
Hmm.
Okay. So that is Upadesha. Anudatasya dhatuhu. Dhatu having the swara. Anudata. And Rikara Upadasya dhatu, which is Rikara Upada dhatu, having the swara Anudata. Jaladau Akiti, beginning with a Jal Pratyaya, and it is not a Kit. Then Vikalpena Ammagama will come for the dhatu. That is, the previous one is for Srijadhatu and Drishdhatu. When Jaladi Akit Pratyaya follows, Ammagama comes, we saw. Now for this dhatu, that is dhatu, which is Rikara Upada dhatu, having the swara. Swara is important, Anudata. It means you have to see the dhatu part. Okay, if the swara is Anudata, then dhatu is, what is you infer from the dhatu? Swara of the Ekash dhatu. Exactly, it is Anit. Instead of saying Anit, is putting in a different way. Because there may be some reason, okay. So Ammagama will come for Rikara Upada dhatu, having the swara Anudata. Jaladi Akiti Pratyaya Pare. Therefore, Krish dhatu, Upada is R, swara is Anudata. And you can always infer swara must be, because Krish plus Trish, the Itagama is not possible. Suppose if Itagama comes, then we have Karshitr. We don't have any such rupam. Karshtru is there. Karshtru is Rikaranta Shabda. We can decline like Kartru Shabda. Karshta, Karshtaro, Karshtaraha. That alone is form is there. Okay. So therefore, Anudata, Anik dhatu. So Krish plus Trich. So this is Vikalpena, optionally. Therefore, without Ammagama, Karshtra. With Ammagama, when you are in Ammagama here, then Kru, R plus A, Ensandi will happen, Kra. Therefore, you get Krashtru. You have two forms, Krashtru and Karstru. Okay, this is for Rikara Upada dhatu, having the swara Anudata. Understand? There is one more word is that, not connected to that. There is a word, Kroshtru. Have you heard Kroshtru? Kroshtu, yeah, Kroshtu. The word is Kroshtu. I think in the Sumanta I taught this to some students, Kroshtu. That also Rikaranta Shabda, but some Adesha something happens. So by that you get Kroshtu. Yeah. So it is Rikaranta Shabda. Oh, the Vyutpatti, I forgot. I have to check that. The dhatu is Kroshtu dhatu, Ukaranta Shabda. But when you decline, it will behave like a Rikaranta dhatu. See, Kroshtu means Jakal. This is not connected to this, don't worry. I'm just saying that I remember something. Kroshtu is Ukaranta Shabda. Kroshtu means Jambukaha ityartaha. It is Jakal. So by seeing the Shabda, then we may think it is like a Guru Shabda, Kroshtu, Kroshtaha. No, it is not like that. Even though it is Ukaranta, it behaves like Rikaranta. So therefore, we have to take it as Kroshtu. Then how do you decline Kroshtu? Rikaranta Shabda. Kroshta, Kroshtaro. Then decline the Kroshtaram, Kroshtaro, Krosh. Like that we have to do it.
Mm.
So that is, but not for all. Yeah. So then, of course, other things will apply, whatever it is. Okay. So that's one rule is, and because it behaves like a Rikaranta Shabda, therefore only in Strilinga what happens, in Strilinga Rupam, when adding Ni Pratyaya becomes Kroshtri, like Nadi Shabdavat. Kroshtri is female Jaka. Kroshtri, Kroshtriya, Kroshtriya, the form will be like that. Anyway, this is not connected here, just something I remember with Krish. Krish plus Tavya, Dhatu is Anudata, Rukara Upada Dhatu, therefore Anit Dhatu, no Ittagama. Angakarya will happen. This is Radha Dhatu Pratyaya, not a Kit or Git or Nit, therefore Karshtavya. Karshtavyam, declinable in all the genders. This is not Navya. Karshtavyam or Karštavya, Karštavyaha, Karštavyo, Karštavyaha, you can decline. So the Karštavya is one form. With Ammagama, the form would be Karštavyam, Karštavya. Yansandhi happens. Ammagama comes and Yansandhi. Right? This is only for Jaladi Pratyaya. What about Aniya? Aniya, we have how many forms? Only one. Because this is not Jaladi. Karshaniya. Of course, Natvam will happen because Samana Pada in the same Pada, Repa is there, Apadantanakara is there, and that Repa or Shakara not immediately preceding in between Akara is there, which is permissible letter, right? Therefore, Natvam will happen, Karshaniya, declinable in all the genders. Then Rugdhatu, I think you have seen this Rugdhatu. Rug plus Tavya, Dattam happens. Akara replaced by Dakara. Then Dattam. Once Dakara comes, this becomes Jashanta now. So therefore Dattam happens. The following Takara or Thakara will be replaced by Dakara. Then we can apply Tavarga letter. Tavarga letter in contact with the Tavarga letter Shtutvam. Therefore Shtutvam. And this and all you apply later from here onwards. Before that, Angakarya is important. Anyway, you can do later also, doesn't matter. Because this Sandhikarya happens at a different point at the end. Angakarya is for the before, the previous letter. Therefore, it doesn't matter. See, only in the same place Angakarya and Sandhikarya is possible, then only we have to follow the sequence. Angakarya to be done first and then Sandhikarya. But here, Angakarya happening to the penultimate letter. Therefore, the order here doesn't matter. But anyway, you can do in the beginning itself, Angakarya, Rug become Rog, then Dattam, etc. Maybe one line I will add. That is, Rug becomes Rog. That is Guna Angakarya. Guna Angakarya. So therefore, form is Dakara followed by Dakara. This Dakara will become Lopaha and preceding letter is not An. Different thing happens. Rodavya. Lig will become Li plus Tavya, Guna Angakarya, Ledavya. Ledavya meaning that which must be linked. So Ledavya. Then Rug plus Aniya, Rohaniya. Now only Nattam happens. Here it is not Jaladi, therefore Dattam and all will not happen. And Lik plus Aniya, Lehaniya, Gunangakaryam happens. Dugdhatu. So you have to remember all the Sindhi rules. Dug plus Tavya, Angakarya is Do. And after that, Dattam. We have got two forms are possible, right? No, not two forms possible for the only few, the four dhatus. Va, Druha, Muha, Shnuha, Shniha. For those dhatus, it is optional dhatu. This is not any of the four, right? Drug dhatu, Va, Druha, Muha, Muk dhatu, shnuk, and snik dhatu. This is duk dhatu, therefore here we don't have any choice, only one. Dattam alone happens. And do become dog angakarya happens first, followed by this gattum happens, which is an exception to dattam, please note. Then after that, we can do gattum, then how it become gakara, but by what rule?
Just for Shanti too.
Yes, justum to jalam just jashi, that applies. So here it is guna angakaryam followed by guna angakaryam followed by gatvam. Gatvam is an exception to datvam for dakaradi dhatus, then datvam, then justum too. Similarly, dag will become dagdavya, same process. But for any hakara on the dhatu, can do duk plus aniya, dohaniya, only guna angakaryam. That same meaning, that which must be milked. Dohaniya and dahaniya. Vrash plus tavya. What is the form? You can think. Anyone? Vrash plus tavya. What is the rupam?
Prishtavi.
Prishtabhya.
Huh? Vrashtavya.
Prishtavi.
So, dhatu is vrashcha. How you get vrashtavya? Vrashtavya or vrashtavya?
Prishtavi. Prishtavi.
As it is here, sampratana mandal will not happen. So, vra, then chakara is there, kuttam will happen. Kuttam will happen, huh? No.
No.
Shattam will happen. Right?
Vrashcha.
So, therefore, shattam will happen. Chakara will be replaced by
Shakara.
by brascha, srija, mrija, that those dhatus. Raja, rajacha, sham, shaha, shatvam. So that this dhatu, okay. This is dhatu is vrashchu dhatu. Okay, we have seen. If you remember, in the case of nishta pratyaya, we have seen vrashchu. This is udit dhatu. So it is a said dhatu, wait dhatu. There were two forms. Itpakshe prastavya, vrashchitavya. Simple. Angakarya not possible just to do this. Even otherwise also not possible. If it is anit, then only we have to apply shatvam, etc. Now the question is, if shatvam anit paksha it happens, vrash plus tavya, this, in fact, it is where in we have to remember in the when you have a conjunct consonant like this, chakara, or ngakara like that, you have to understand if it is fifth letter, then we have to understand it is nakara. If it is shakara or shakara, something like that, if it's shakara, then we have to understand that is sakara. So there is a karika is there. I forgot the karika. Just a minute, please. Just a minute. Sorry. Where is the 1 minute, please? Give me a minute. Or just Shamitam. 1 minute. Sorry. So it is to be considered as Sakara. So for Vrashtida, because of Sakara, which is that palatal in contact, which is dental in contact with the palatal Chakara, Chuttam will apply the first Chakara. So it should be considered as Sakara. Okay, please notice. So even though Dhatu is Vrasht, but we have to consider it is Sakara originally because of Chuttam. Chuttam is applied when, which is in the end. Therefore, Tripadi, at the end only this will apply. So when we take the Dhatu, we have to take the Dhatu. In fact, even here also, we have to take the Dhatu to be the Vrasht Dhatu. It is Vrasht only we have to take it. Actually, it is even though it is Vrasht, we have to take it as Vrasht. Shamitam, again, sorry. Sorry, Shamitam. Ishwara. So we have to take it as Sakara. So therefore, in case of Anit Paksha, no problem. That is no Ittagama. Therefore, you take it as rest and then do Sandhi. We can do Sandhi. Sandhi is what Sandhi? Sakara. You remember one Sandhi rule we have seen.
Shatvam.
Sorry?
Shatvam will. Vrishcha.
No. First year I'm taking the Dhatu to be Vrascha. You have to take the Dhatu as Vrascha. Even though you will see Vrascha, but actually it is Vrascha. Because of Sakara in contact with Chakara, it has become Vrascha. Therefore, when you do the operation Pratyaya, you have to take it as Vrascha only. So Vrascha plus Tabya. Now here I'm asking, there is one Sandhi we have seen. That is Chutva Sandhi comes later. Do you remember one more thing before? If you don't remember, it is sometimes ignorance is bliss. If a conjunct dhatu ending with a conjunct letter, and the first letter happens to be Sakara or Kakara, then the last letter will drop. This is also in Sandhi context we have seen. Skoho Sanyogadyoho. But anyway, if you don't remember, sometimes I say, sir, no, it is bliss. If you actually have to remember why that doesn't apply, that you must think. Anyway, you don't remember, it's okay, there's no pointing it. That is a Sanyoganta Padam or a Sanyoga when followed by Jal. Then the not last letter, that first letter, which is Sakara or Kakara, that becomes Lopaha. That becomes Lopaha, there's a rule. When it is followed by a Jal or at the end of the Padam, it's a rule itself. So by that, therefore here what happens? Sakara, Sakara, Sakara or Kakara at the beginning of the conjunct becomes Lopaha when followed by Jal. So that rule is there. So but if you apply that rule, then what will happen? Can we apply that rule here? Can we apply that? Can we apply that rule?
It is followed by Jal.
It is followed by Jal. Then we should apply that rule, right?
Yes.
But the thing is, if you apply that rule, then the special rule, which is the Shattam, which is ordained for the dhatus, Vrascha, Brascha, Srija, Mrija, then why Vrascha is mentioned there? You understand? Why Vrascha is mentioned there here, there in that Sutram, the rule? Something which is, for me also suddenly it occurs. You have Sandhi chart with you, keep Sandhi chart open. Sandhi we have covered elaborately. So let us take the Sandhi. Chuttam is applied later, okay. In my document also there's some maybe mistake. That's already died long back. So suddenly I remember that rule. I will show you. I hope you will remember also. Yeah, this is the one. Please see here. Sakara, Kakara, the beginning of a conjunct when followed by Jal or Padanta will become Lopaha. Example, Taksh plus Bhyam you take. Kakara and Shakara example. This is followed by Bhyam. Followed by Bhyam, Bakara is Jal letter or this itself at the end of the Padam because we know when Bhyam is there, then this enjoys what Sangya. When followed by Aladi, Vivakti Pratyaya, except Yakara, this enjoy Padasangya, right? Taksha enjoy Padasangya, and Padan at the end of the Padam we have conjunct, and the beginning of the conjunct is Kakara, that Kakara will drop. It's a rule. Kakara at the beginning of the conjunct or Sakara. The same thing here also we have Vrascha, right? So we should apply this is 8 to 29. This comes first. Then if that is so, you can see that this document, we have seen this, the help of this document only we have seen. If that is so, the next, that is 8 to 36, in the Tripadi section, we have sequence of rules to be applied there. Vrascha itself is given. So here that we have a conjunct. So these, in fact, not only this dhatu, Vrascha dhatu also conjunct. Then Sakara, this dhatu at the end of the padam are followed by Jal. Jal is there. Then Sakara must have gone. Upada Sakara. This here also we have Sakara, which has become Shakara. That must have gone. But it is there. It means for these two dhatus, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It means Sakara, which is the beginning of the conjunct, doesn't become Lopa. Understand? That's why the rule itself says Vrascha and such. By mentioning that, it is said Sakara or Kakara Adista Sakarasya Sanyogasya Lopaha na bhavati. You follow what I say? These two dhatus very specifically mentioned in the very rule itself, 8 to 36, which is applicable only after applying the 8 to 39, which says Sakara or Kakara at the beginning of the conjunct when followed by Jal or at the end of the Padam becomes Lopaha, it says. Then what is the point in that rule, Vrascha mentioning? It means it will not become Lopa for those two dhatus. Therefore, it doesn't become Lopa. Therefore, what? Therefore, we can apply Stuttam. Then only Stuttam is possible. Otherwise, this will become Lopaha. So I will write here. Sakara Lopaha na bhavati Shutvam bhavati. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes, Guruji.
No sutra, the skoho sanyogadyoho one, that will not apply. It doesn't apply, therefore finally Shuttam alone happens. Okay. Then this is Vet dhatu, it pakshe vrashtitavya. Anit pakshe, what will happen? When anit is there, now here we have applied. This is not a gel, right? This is not a, this is a gel. This is not a gel, it pakshe. So here what happens? The, Sakara lopaha na bhavati. Sorry, Sakara lopaha na bhavati. It is na bhavati because it is not a gel at all. Okay. Just a minute. I think I said it. Vrashtavya. I think I said it wrongly then. Because the form is Vrashtavya. It is applied. Shamitam, no? That's a mistake, I think. This is, I by mistake, I took, this is Jaladi Pratyaya. This is a Set Pakshe. Shuttam eva bhavati, that is okay. Shuttam alone happens. Please correct it. Is my mistake. So here we have applying one paribhasha here. So vrashtadhatu becomes vrasht by Shtutvam. Now, when Tavya Pratyaya is added, this Chakara is replaced by Shakara. Therefore, we get Vrashtavya. So what happened to Sakara? Sakara is become Lopaha by that rule. Sakara, Adistha Sakarasya Lopaha. It's supplied. Sorry, it is not, I said by mistake. Adistha Sakarasya Lopaha Bhavati Skoho Sanyoga Adyohante Cha, by that rule. 8-29, what I said. The Sakara become Lopaha. It is applied. Sorry. Please remove what I said with the whitener. Doesn't happen. The Sakara goes away. When Sakara goes away, then what is there is only Chakara. Chakara, then Shattam happens. So Adistha Sakarasya Lopaha Bhavati. I will write in 2 steps. Then by as an apavada to Tuttam, Shakarakam, Shattam happens. This is Shattam 1 we call. Therefore, Vrashtavya. Then here Shtuttam happens again. Shattam 1, then followed by Shtuttam. Sakara at the beginning of the conjunct, when followed by Jal or Padanta, will become Lopaha. Yes, this is applied. This is what Adistha Sakarasya Lopaha Bhavati. Please note. So what I said, what I wrote in the document is correct. What I told was wrong. So it is Vrashti only. The sutra, there is no, there is the Vrashti only. So the Adistha Sakara will become Lopaha when the conditions are fulfilled. Adistha Sakara or Katara. So please note, Vrasht plus Tavya, this is Sakara followed by Chakara, the Sakara at the beginning of the conjunct, followed by Jal or at the end of the Padam, the Sakara, Adistha Sakara will become Lopaha, and Apavadam to Kuttam for those dhatus which are mentioned in that rule. One of the dhatu is Vrasht, so it will undergo Shatvam. Then after the Shtutvam is done, so Vrashtavya iti rupa. Then Vrasht plus Aniya, just we can do Melanam, Vrashtaniya. I think we'll stop here. Between the phone call came, that's why I got misled. Okay. We'll stop here. We'll continue. The next dhatu, next class. Kshamyatam for the disturbance.
No problem.
My sister called from the school. She lost some chain or something somewhere misplaced. So that's I had to go and find out where it is. I don't know where it is. Okay. We'll stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।
धन्यवादः गुरुजी।